Tour du Mint Blanc 2025. We went through Alpine Exploratory for booking everything. I couldn't even tell you how much it was. I don't know. It was like 2,500 euros. We packed up everything before we left. Myself and Anne took a flight out of Boston, stopped in Dublin on the way to Geneva, Switzerland, where we met up with Jen, Willow, Dolores, and Josephine. We left on the 14th, arrived on the 15th of July, and didn't start hiking until the following day on the 16th.
I'm gonna go see if the person that's vacuuming is the person that needs.
Since we arrived early in the morning, we checked into our hotel and then went up to Agili de Midi, paid $95 and went up. Went out for food after that before we got to rest and start the Tour du Mint Blanc. That's the thing you could see from the road. That's probably what's a glass floor. Don't drop the phone, Danielle. Go again. It gets better.
Alright, so we were in Chamonix. We left on Monday at 5:30 from Boston, and then we went to Dublin, which I think was only 5 hours.
It's like 6 hours.
So that means we're 7 hours difference.
We're only 6 ahead.
But we're an hour from different from Dublin, because my watch changed again. I don't know. We're 6 hours difference. Went from Boston to Dublin. Landed at 4:45 a.m. We went from Dublin to Geneva at like 9:30. It took forever in customs line. And then we went to the shuttle. Met everybody who was already here. And it took about an hour to get to Chamonix. We dead to life. We got into our hotel early. We checked in early. We got really expensive $95 tickets to go up the cable car in Agili du Midi. I'm saying it all wrong. Yeah. It was foggy up there, but it was 12,600 feet-ish. And it said it was -1 degree Celsius, which is like below freezing. We got up to spend like an hour and a half up there. It is now clear up there. You can go see that. That's where we went up. Well, that's Mont Blanc. We went up that way. You can see all the way up the top. And that's our view, which is delightful. And we gotta wait for 7:30 to eat breakfast. We start today. Okay.
Like 40% of it grew up on it.
Oh, well, there's a Canadian prince. It's a pasta.
I will say I'm kind of glad we got this.
The shadows play, the wind hums songs at the break of day. Whispering
It is.
pines, secrets untold, carrying tales only the forest holds. Moonlight spills the velvet dark, etching patterns, leaving its mark. The roots stretch deep,
Oh, I'm supposed to go up.
the earth's gentle sigh, a lullaby sung to the open sky. Oh, whispering pines,
Oh,
sing
it goes down from
me
here.
your tune, caught in the rhythm of the stars. me the language of rustling leaves, stories that linger on the breath of the breeze.
Whee! It's not fall.
The dawn paints gold on the mountain's crown, while rivers whisper truths as they flow down. Their songs entwined with the trees that stand, knotted in time by nature's hand. Each echoing step on the
All right.
the silence alive, yet brimming with sound. In the arms of solitude I am found. Oh, whispering pines, sing me your tune. Caught in
Living wind chime, Katie.
the stars and the moon. Teach me the language.
Beautiful ladies here.
Stories that linger on the breath of the breeze.
So, day 1, complete. We did 13 miles. We did 5,400 feet of elevation gain. Ann and I were the 2 that took the whole trail. The other 4 went up the cable car, so we didn't catch them until the hotel. We went up to 2 peaks. Most epic day, other than me dying uphill. Which also, first of all, once you get out of the town and you start going up the ski area, well, actually, before that, when you start going up the roads, I don't know who doesn't talk about this, there's no signage. There's barely any signage. I kept looking at my phone, kept looking at Gut Hook, kept looking at Gaia, and everything was contradicting itself. Even getting to the ski area contradicted itself. And then we got in there, and it was like you would think, terrible, going up that ski area. Yeah, and then we saw cows, and cows had bells around their neck that was the size of their face. Would you like to say anything, Anne?
I'm good. No,
Okay.
I'm fine.
Anne had a coffee at the hotel. I used their bathroom. Then we got on trail. We saw a train. Didn't know trains went up there into the middle of nowhere to the glacier, which was crazy.
Still not sure where those stopped.
I don't know where it stopped. We went over a really rickety bridge.
Great.
It was swayed over a glacier water. And then we went up forever until we hit the herd path. That was definitely a herd path.
Mm-hmm.
But Gaia had it on there, so I had it marked as we were going. And we said, screw it. We went. And then we had a beer at the Refuge du Miage. Yes. Amy gave me 40 euros, so therefore Amy bought us beer. We only used 120. It was $16 or 16 euros. And we gave them a $2 coin tip because they gave me coins, which is retarded. Then we went up Mount Truck, however you say that. Well,
Veracé?
Veracé was the first one. Truck was after the beer.
Mm-hmm.
That was what was driven up.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
TRUC. Yeah, and then it became blazing hot, so we had to use our sun shirts, had to use our hats. We did not, or I might have gotten sun color. Dolores was really red. Anne was not red. And then we had to come down really steep roads again, dirt roads that landed into the town, and we finally made it to our hotel, which is
Very
the Chalet du
Ooh, that's
Soleil. Beautiful dinner, amazing dinner. We had, what is the tomato soup thing called?
Gazpacho.
Gazpacho?
Gazpacho?
Gazpacho. Cold soup.
Yes, so cold tomatoes.
Tastes like salsa.
Yeah.
And then we
Slap
had this
tortilla.
cheese French dish, which was
It was
amazing.
just baked cheese.
Just
like
baked
that's
cheese.
it. It was just cheese. It
yes.
was so good. It was so good.
So good. With potatoes,
With
and
potatoes,
salad.
yeah, that's fine.
Yep. And then apple pie tart thing with whipped cream. It is cold tonight. It was cool in the morning, but then it got really, really, really warm. We were warm. There was like no air movement anywhere. Yeah. We have 12.4 to do tomorrow. We have like 2.5 miles road walk, I guess. Some of the girls seem that they're going. I think all the other ones are going and taking the bus to the trail, so then they can just walk trail. It's supposed to be 12.4-ish with 4,600 feet of gain, but that's on like guesstimated of tracking. So it could be like just 4,000. But we go to another hotel tomorrow. I showered again. 2 nights of showering. Fantastic. My pack that I switched to, the I can't remember the name. It's FKP, but the brand. Exotic pack. Really sweaty on my back, because really on my back, but it was great. It did not hurt. My back didn't hurt. And, yeah, it's great. No rolled ankles. We might have really, really tight calves tomorrow, and tight thighs, and tight hamstrings. But, all in all, a good day. You got anything that was special for today?
I think that just about covers it. Good
Yeah.
mountains, good food.
Mm-hmm.
Can't ask for more.
And there's going to be three
Sunshine.
places we can stop tomorrow.
Yeah,
And we might do that.
and we might.
Might have to. Okay.
I wonder if he's got a bunch of yes, and the answer is yes, but like also.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
I'm gonna have to finish downloading all the pictures. Otherwise, I'm gonna run out of room.
Such a lot.
I can't keep this.
No, but I'm wondering how much didn't clear.
It's the only thing I've got going for me, right?
Look to your left. Right there. Bonjour. Hi, babes. Oh, we got a Hershey. I'm sorry, Hershey. Hi, baby. Oh my god, they peed too. Look at the pee. All right, this is day 2 hiking, finished. We did 16 miles with 5,000 feet of elevation gain. We left and walked the road. Anne and I walked the road and the river walk, while the other 4 took a shuttle into, they got dropped off by Notre Dame area, it sounded like. We didn't catch them until way later in the trail. Really rocky, really steep after the first 2.5 miles of road river walk, and then kind of went up for the rest of the day. Kind of did this. We stopped at the second chalet. I had a giant cookie and a hot chocolate and had a coffee. Met a few guys from Florida. After that, we did see cows prior to that. We did see 2 sheepdog and a bunch of sheep on the side of the hill. Then we saw a bunch of other sheep on the other side of the hill. We got up to the Col du Bonhomme. It was super windy up there. A lot of people. Took a few pictures. And then that was at like 7,600 feet. Then we went to, was it the refuge or the chalet of Bonhomme? I think the refuge. Refuge du Bonhomme. So got there, and that's when we found the girls. And we got a beer and a chocolate cake, which was a really amazing chocolate cake. Sat there for a little while. Amy bought the beers as well for that one. And then we ended up saying that we were not going to go over to a peak. We did not go over to the 8,900 foot one. The girls ended up leaving, and then while we sat there a little longer, it was not even 2 o'clock yet, and we decided to go over and do this technical variant that was on Hiker app. When I put it into my GPS on Gaia, it brought me around. So where we were, instead of going straight down, we were all the way around. So instead of 2-ish miles down, it took us 7 miles, or actually it was 6 miles down. We got to see Mont Blanc because of it. It kept clearing. It was super cool. It was probably cleared, like it was the best views for all day. Met a guy named Bruce from Scotland. He was really nice. We talked to him before we went up it. There's flies everywhere. And we kind of rode the spine for a while. We walked around, and then we hit this like red poled side trail. We were on the GR5 for a little while and jumped off that, and then we kind of came down into like just open rolling hills. We saw a marmot, and then we saw more cows, went onto a road, and then we hit the main road walk. It was like a 3-mile road walk. I think that is where my entire burn got. And then we got to the place we were at now. I just forgot it. The Chalet du Soleil. Chamonix. Not Chamonix. Champagne? Chapeau? We're in Chapeau. And we get to take a shower. We have our own little like private area. So it's myself and Anne in a room. The other 4 girls in the other room. We have a private bathroom and a private shower. We went and got beer and some magnets at the store. Watched some sheeps in town with all of the dogs. And then we had dinner. Dinner was good, other than the main dish was lamb. Right? Lamb? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not our forte. Everything else was delightful. And then myself and Dolores went back out and wanted to see if we could see anything else. We ended up having the sheep and the dogs come right through by us. And then we went and saw the cows. Sunset here is 9:19. So after that, we got into our rooms. Tomorrow is a shorter day. Like 10.4 miles. There's a road walk in the beginning. We can possibly go off-road walk, or stay on the road and then go see, what's his name? Bernard the cheese man. For summer cheese and winter cheese. So we will see him tomorrow, about 3 miles in or so. And then we do not have our luggage coming to us tomorrow night. We are staying at a hut. They do have showers and linen and stuff like that, but we'll have to bring our camp clothes and sandals and toiletries. And then 2 sets of food, because then the next day after that, we go into Courmayeur, Italy. And, yeah. Only day 2 down.
More vehicles. Ooh. Cheese man. It is.
All right, day 3. We went from Chapeau du Soleil. We walked the road, Anne and I. Oh, we did the trail. It was a mile of road walk, and then it jumped into the woods. At like 3.2 miles, we went and saw Bernard at the cheese. What was that called? The cheese guy?
Bernard, but it was Venti Beaufort.
It's Beaufort. Beaufort? Yes. I have a picture. And we got $10 worth of cheese, which I thought it would have been like, I'm sorry, 10 euros. I would have called it, what, 20 euros?
Oh, easy.
Easy. They cut it from the big circle and then the little circle. It looked delicious. The guy that was helping was super nice. And we have flushable toilets there. Then we went back on trail, saw some mules carrying people's shit. We went up to the Col, which I guess is the border between France and Italy on the Tour du Mint Blanc. We got up there in an hour and 45 minutes. Oh, wait. Before that, we went to the Refuge de Motet. Yeah. Mottetts. And got a coffee. I got a Nutella crepe. We spent some time there because we knew that we were only supposed to have like just over 10 miles today. So we didn't leave until 8. Breakfast at the place was good. Yogurt and granola. The girls took the bus up to, I guess, the cheese place. And then we got up to the Col, had some lunch. It was a little breezy, but pretty nice. And then we went down, which was super, super sunny, super hot out. Clearly I'm really tan / burnt. Then we went to Refugio La Ezabita. And we had a beer. We split a big beer and had butter and sage ravioli, which was delightful. And then, and the girls were there. They were just leaving when we came in. And then we got to, I just looked it up and I'm going to still screw it up. Cabon du Cambal. That's where we're staying tonight. Really, really nice people. They're super, super nice. So we're in Italy now, and the accommodation's nice. So, like, this is our room. The skylights. And we got there, and we were trying to check in, find out that everybody else was in their room, and they were heading to the glacier and then jumping in the lake over there, or going to the lake. And we put our stuff down, checked in. We're in a 3-person room with our own bathroom and shower. They give you shampoo and hand soap. And they let you use the outlets and lights, I guess, until 9. But ours is still on. They did by accident shut it off like 30 minutes ago. It turned back on. We went over to the lake. So we did 12.7 miles today with 4,000 feet of elevation gain. It was super hot today. It was full sun. Tomorrow, it's already started to rain. It's supposed to rain all day tomorrow, or possibly all day tomorrow. We will see. We are going into Courmayeur in Italy, and we're supposed to have a 0 there the next day. We're going to Hotel Berthaud. Yep. It's supposed to be like an 8.5 mile day. There's 2 refugios on the way. We still have 2,800 feet of elevation gain, supposedly. And if it is not complete shit, I'm dragging Anne up a mountain. 4.2 miles. Food was great. Service was great. We had a bottle of wine, or 4 of us had a bottle of wine. Anne had beer. We had pasta for an appetizer.
We had a whole meal for an appetizer.
Yep, a whole meal for an appetizer, pasta. And then for dinner we had pork, summer medley, and mashed potato. And then dessert was a caramel custard-esque with some drizzle on it. I took no pictures of it. I ate it all. Last night's food, there was lamb. They had really good salad and good rice and good bread and cheese, but it was lamb. It was not anybody's favorite. I tried it. It was okay. It's really fatty. So we will see how the day goes. or the night goes. We're gonna try to go outside, or at least I'm gonna go outside and check out the colors, hopefully, because sunset here is 9:18 p.m., which is insane. So tomorrow. There's all the chicken ladies we got the eggs from. Bye, ladies. Thank you. She's laying one right now, it looks like. Range Rover.
You see him?
Yes.
Crazy. Well, that one looks like a dead.
Day four. Day four, we left all together-ish. We all left around the same time from breakfast. It was supposed to rain in the afternoon, so we tried to get out earlier. We left around 7:30, 7:40 or something like that. And then we went up to 8,000 feet. Saw a bunch of marmots. Saw some really cool views. Saw some helicopters. And then that's fun. Then we headed down and we got to a ski area. We went up to a peak. Naor, maybe. We stopped at a refugio, and then we had a €4 hot cocoa, which was ridiculous. And then Willow and Josephine took the gondola down, and the other four of us went down the ski area, but through the TMB, and so dusty. So many switchbacks. It was super steep, but easy switchbacks, but just constant. I thought we'd be so much farther. Started to sprinkle on us, and then we dropped into the bar and got some gelato. And when it started to rain, myself and Anne went inside, got a sandwich. I got wine because I felt like I needed to because it was in Italy. She got a beer, and then they went and met up with the other two because we couldn't check into Hotel Berthod until 2. We finished our drinks, and then we walked the 0.8 miles, not really raining, to Hotel Berthod. This is the room. We have a balcony. We are on the 4th floor, but in reality, the 3rd floor, according to Europe. The 0 is your main level. It's loud as shit here. All of the buildings are close together. All of the buildings are tall. And it is super loud here. And they don't have air in their rooms. Even though they have a thermometer, there's no air. It's 25 degrees Celsius. Whatever that is. I believe it's hot. In our room, we did laundry in a sink. Not dry. At all. And then, yeah. We are supposed to have a 0 day tomorrow, so all our shit gets to stay here. We are going to try to go up the TMB, and if it's good weather, we're going to take the alternate. If it's bad weather, we'll take the TMB and go to, do a 9-10 mile day. And take the bus 9:24 back to Courtmire. So therefore, we can kind of get 2 Neros instead of just a full 0. So we get a Nero today, doing 8 miles. We'll do 9 to 10 tomorrow, but a lot of elevation gain. And then the next day, that's only because of the variant. And then the next day into Refugio Elena, we will get a 6-7 mile day. There's of course a variant. We can maybe add on a peak or 2 because we clearly have issues with peaks. Yeah. Italy is nice. We went out to dinner, but it is very tight and is very loud. There are personal space issues. So tomorrow will be day 5.
A herd of cows, 3,400 feet. Good. at that peak.
Here we go. So right. Up.
I don't think we're going up that.
He has nothing against me, that's for sure.
That's insane. Glacier water.
All right, so day 5 for hiking. We were supposed to do 0, so 4 of them did 0s today, and then tomorrow it was going to be like 12.6 miles. So Anne and I went out and we had breakfast here at 7:30, probably started around 8:30. Went up to Bertone Refugio, and then I had a hot chocolate, which they just laughed at me about. She had a coffee, I had a blueberry pie, and then we got to the Variant, went up to the Variant, took a right, and had to go up another 1,000 feet. The first peak was like Sachs. Second peak we went off trail for, it was Bertona. I'm bad with these names. And the next one was Titla de la Tronche. Tronche. And then we went down into the valley, and it called for afternoon showers. Right now it is 3:53. Still no afternoon showers. We got like sprinkled on for like 5 minutes, which was fine. Animals we saw today, lots of pups. Not lots, some pups. Lots of cows. Lots of cow shit. Few marmots. No ibex yet. It was like 5,000 feet of elevation gain, and we did just over 9 miles. So we took the bus back. It was like bus 924. It was free. I guess it's free till like September. We jumped on at Parsec, stop number 24. And we jumped off in Courmayeur municipal one. We could have taken another one too, but so we're gonna jump on tomorrow morning, depending on what we want to do, and go in like where we came out. And either we are going to hit the TMB because it's shitty weather and just go to Refugio Helena, which is like a 6-mile day, or we're gonna go up all the way to where we turned left, like down into a valley, and go up and then hit an out and back to like 8,900 feet peak. Looked insane. Yeah, breathing definitely once we hit, you can tell it once it hits about 7 to 8,000 feet. You could tell that you're breathing hard. Yeah. Feet a little sore, but not too bad. My face is super dry. It's peeling everywhere. It's so dry here. We're gonna do a spa thing here tonight at like 5:10, so in like another hour. And then I would like to go get food because I'm starved. I'm gonna be starving. We just had cheese from France, the one that we picked up, and it was out of this world. Amazing cheese. We had a big slab of cheese, and then we had a little piece of cheese. A little piece of cheese was like melt in your mouth. When standing over it though, it smells like a farm. It smells like you're next to cows, which is repulsive. But the cheese was amazing. So you gotta go there. Berthaud. It's right after Champex. Wow. Champeau. It's like 3 miles from Champeau. Well worth it. You gotta go see him and just go up. Yeah. So, gonna relax tonight. Another day tomorrow.
Same. Yeah.
Alright, so this is morning of day 7. Day 6, so we're at Refugio Elena. Just had breakfast, which was not the most greatest. Dinner was fine. It was just like a really small thing of yogurt. And yesterday, the bus wasn't running. So our Anne and I's plan of splitting today or yesterday in half failed. We had to do the up all over again. So we did 4,800 feet of vertical again. We met up with the girls. We realized halfway up that, or a little bit up, that we're like, crap, our transfer bags aren't gonna make it through because the road was closed because of a landslide. So we slept in our everything. We had no towels, no shower stuff. So that was great. No sleeping liner. They at least give you a wool blanket and a pillow underneath like these weird sheets. We get to go to La Fauli today, so we get to go into Switzerland, I believe. Up there. It's Switzerland. Today's still only like an 8 or 9 mile day max, with me and Anne adding 2 peaks on. We didn't add any peaks on yesterday. We did the straight TMB, which was actually nice. It rained a little bit on us in the morning, and it rained a little last night here, so everything's wet. And clearly, ski point. We'll just ski the shit out of everything here. Yeah, probably gonna go pack up. It's 6:57 a.m. Breakfast started at 6, and head out. day 7. It is super bright. Wow. That's the Alps. We're in Switzerland right now. We did one peak. Tête de la Ferry, I think. It's just about 8,900 feet. And yeah, it was great. Unfortunately, we went up 2,000 feet like this morning, which was terrible. We are at our hotel in Switzerland with this beautiful view. And we only did like 9 miles today. I think we have a short day tomorrow. We're in La Fauli. We got in at like noon, got some lunch, and then saw many marmots. I've not seen a chamois or chamois. I don't know how to say it. The goat thing. I've not seen that yet. The girls said that they might have seen it because they were hoping they saw an ibex. We have not seen that either. But going to Champex tomorrow. Yeah, laundry's getting done now. Anne's in the shower. I'm gonna be in the shower next. I'm pretty gross because our bags did not get transferred at all last night, but they are here. We have shampoo, we have our towels, we have clean clothes. It's great. Bye. Day 7. Done.
Dawn paints gold on the mountain's crown, while rivers whisper truth as they flow down.
On this side, but how no water's on this side. That too. Don't worry, guys, we got chains just in case.
Echoing step on the forest floor opens a
La Cabana.
the silence alive, yet brimming with sound. In the arms of solitude, I am found. Oh, whispering pines, sing me your tune. Caught in the rhythm, the stars and the moon. Teach me the language of rustling leaves, stories that linger on the breath of the breeze.
Alright, so I didn't do a video yesterday. Forgot. Because we had the cutest lady. We had a really easy day. We had, wow, like a 10-mile day, 9-mile day yesterday. And we stopped at the cabana for some crepes. Then we continued on. Then we stopped at a restaurant, had a beer. And then we continued on and got to our hotel like 15 minutes before we were supposed to check in, which is Alpina, Hotel Alpina. The best hotel we've got so far. French pastry chef. Really, really awesome. Awesome rooms. Amazing food. We went down to the lake, jumped in, and it was freezing. That was in Champex. Or Champagne Loop. Today we did, this is day 9 hiking. We did like 11 miles. We stopped. We didn't stop at the first place. We stopped at the second place. I got a hot chocolate and a lemon cake. It was delicious. It started raining this morning. We didn't do the variant because it was calling for rain all day. Yep. It rained in the morning. Not very long. Probably an hour. Sprinkling. Maybe less. Bought a pack cover. Totally go back there. Alpina. We had breakfast. Breakfast was simple, but it was still good. And we made it to Trion today. We were sitting at like 4,800 feet. Yesterday was, I don't know, what was yesterday? 5,000? 48? We hit 6,600 today and came back down. We'll do it again tomorrow. We have 3 more hiking days. Of course, every single day is calling for rain. We don't know if it actually means rain or not. And my face is still falling off my face. I did get some hand cream that figures it out, but yeah. We're at the Auberge du Mont Blanc. We didn't hear the greatest thing about food, but you know, everybody's got a bad review. So we will see. We got here at 2. We checked in. We just showered really quick because it's like dormitory style, so we didn't want to like get stuck without showering. Yeah. Yeah.
de Bombe. We're on Tête des Bombes, or le Tête des Bombes. Here is Switzerland and France. And I think that's Mont Blanc. Over there. We could go down there. I feel like I'm on an airplane.
It does feel like you're. It's actually giving me a little bit of Mario.
Right? I never did my video yesterday. Whee! sun's trying.
Warm out here.
Hey, sheepies. Probably push record.
This is a down one.
You were up there. Now we're here.
It did not seem to care if I did nasty.
Probably. It's okay. Hi, baby. run. It's like all right, because I didn't do 2 days, day 10 and day 11, we left Auberge du Mont Blanc in Trient, and we had breakfast at like 6:30, and then we started up the road first. We only had like a 10 mile day that day, but it was all the elevation in the beginning. We got to see a helicopter pick up stuff and drop stuff off multiple times. Thankfully, it wasn't like the day before that we had to run past people all day long. There was like we barely were people on trail. We made it up to a place where they had food on the top of the mountain. It was pretty socked in, but it was not raining. Anne had a coffee. I had a hot chocolate and a really phenomenal lemon cake. Left there. And then we hit our high point for the day and kind of like meandered down. And then when we were coming into Argentière, we ended up eating lunch at a picnic table on the road, and then we walked down the road, not the main road, but like kind of back roads, and it was kind of pretty. We got in, we thought our check-in time was at 2, but it was actually at 3, so we dropped our packs, ended up getting ice cream. Do you remember that place's name?
What?
The place had really good food.
Where?
Argentière. La Connerie.
The hotel.
There was CONN something.
COUN.
COUN.
I don't know.
It was delightful. Either way, we got in. We then went to the supermarket. It started pouring. We got a beer also at another place called The Office. Their food was delightful. We got to pick from a starter, and then we get to pick from a dinner, and then we get to pick from a dessert. I had this zucchini with soft-boiled egg with this phenomenal cheese, which was like amazing. The chicken was really good. I had that for dinner, and then I had a white chocolate mousse, which was great. We packed up our stuff, and then Anne and I had figured out that we had many options the next day. That next day looked better than the following day from weather perspective, which in hindsight was false, absolutely false. But we were technically supposed to go 4 miles to La Fliguière, and then take the cable car down, take a bus to Chamonix, stay in this hotel, and the next day come back, take a bus, take a cable car, and then come all the way down to Les Souches, and then come back in. But we were like, well, we're probably going to get done early, so why don't we see what we can do further? So we ended up having options of the 4 miles, and then options at 7 miles at, what was that one called? What did we, today? The cable car, or the gondola we took today.
From Platz
Van Prats.
to Brant.
And then there was another option of Brevant. So we had those options, and then we had the option of going all the way to the end and then coming back in. So we had all those options. We told the girls that, we didn't know what we were going to do. So we ended up getting the free ticket from our hotel, and we took the train up to Le Planet, and walked not even 15 minutes over to the start, where we had jumped off the TMB the day before. And then we, Anne got to use a privy. It looked like a privy. That was a flushable toilet with tiles and a sink.
Did anyone actually get video of me landing today? No.
I wasn't there. Nobody was there.
Or not landing, taking off.
I did. I sent it to you. I'll send it to you. Then we went up. It was cloudy. We got to the ladders. It was pure cloud, which was fine. The ladders were super cool, not sketchy. They had really, really secure. And then we went all the way up. We kind of screwed up, started going towards Lac Blanc. Some girls were going to possibly go there, not sure. But then we continued on. We went backwards because we screwed up. It started raining. Then we get to La Fliguière. We had a snack there and had 2 coffees. Yeah. I had my snacks that I bought at the bakery that we got. The breakfast was good in the morning. There was just too many people. And then we continued on. And it was on and off raining. It was kind of really shitty footing. Not the greatest. And then when we got to Plan Prats, it sounded like the restaurant had really loud music. In reality, there was a concert going on. And for the next 1,000 feet in 0.8 or 0.9 going up to the Col de Brevant, we had a concert going on. And it was amazing. It stopped raining at that point. We got to the Col, the music cut out, unfortunately. And then we turned the corner and we started going, and it started to rain. And it started to rain sideways, and it actually started to be windy with rain, and it was cold, and it was not nice. So then also we came to more ladders, but then it stopped raining. Still cold. Got up to the top. We went downstairs below the cable car and got inside and got a beer and fries, and I got a hot chocolate and a beer. They had fleece blankets. They had heaters. It was great. And then I went up to the top and came with me all the way to tippy top. We had no views whatsoever. We had 6 miles to go down from there, so we did. Started going down, started clearing up, and it was pretty fantastic. They did really, really good trail work, and switchbacks were great, so it didn't really hurt our knees. We had just before we came up to the refuge, about 1.5 miles from the summit, we saw an ibex. It was a female ibex, and it was beautiful. And she was not very scared at all. And then we had a beer and some nuts at the refuge. We continued down. We met a guy named William by the dinosaur cage. And then we all kind of hauled ass into Les Souches, and we finished. William went off. He was backpacking. He was from Boston. Nice kid. And then we went and grabbed the train because we still had our tickets from the same day. They still never checked any of our tickets for the train. Took Les Souches back to Chamonix. Got off at Agile de Midi and walked to our hotel. Got some delightful food at the Bighorn Bistro. It was delightful. We stayed here the night, and then the next day, 2 of the girls went off and went up to Brevant and went down. All of us, the rest of the 4 of us, went to Mar de Glace. Went to the glacier, and we went to the underground glacier part. Took a train up, and took a gondola over, and then into the glacier, came back down, and then we went parasailing. We went up Plan Prats. We went through, is that called? It was Absolute Chamonix paragliding. And we all went off Plan Prats, came down, had dinner, and we fly out tomorrow. We're going to leave at 5:55. Anne and I did 130 miles and 44,000 feet of vertical for the 110 mile trip because of all of our variants and repeat. Yeah.